again, but the rhythm slows, the decisive measurement of the time we lose. They search for urgency, but we have nowhere left to go in this beautiful silence and stillness that we choose. So bathed in crutches and quit out rivers, and when you tape delay against the rush you lie. The speed fails, the drag starts to conceal the pulse. The rhythm slow, the inattention strong and deep. The gentle resistance is turned against the rush of life. This is the temporal drag, the moment that will never move or bend. The quiet current that stares back with only truth. No need for frantic effort or a sudden loud and just a beautiful memory of our wicked slow you. The drag is not a simple loss, it's the core, it's the surface of the dark deep. Final design. The world wants rhythm that is visible and sharp. Is that all there is? The clear distinction of the action and the pause, but our existence is the silence of the waiting heart. If I close my eyes and let the frantic urgency finally fade, the flow fails, the stillness always starts to win. The illusion of escape is shattered now. The cold reality of the temporal drag. Temporal drag. Moment when solo matter. Outside the clock. It runs the subtle system, unseen and deeply precise. The hidden wires and connections we can't truly define. They search for chaos, but we offer sacrifice. The cold perfection of the structure that is mine. I watch the logic start to flow through every single space. The current shifts and softly organizes thought. The movement that will set us free without a trace. The complex answer that the dark machine has sought. The surface sleeps, the depths were concealed and slow. The truth is not what the outside world can know. The casing smooth, the inner working strong and bound. The honesty of process that I can't deny. The quiet framework where we both are finally found. Beneath the silent and observing measurable sky. The function is the real purpose now. The opposite of the noise they seek seek in vain. The protocol is turned against the human need. This is the subtle system, the final order we embrace. The complex network that stares back with only truth. No need for frantic energy or a sudden loud escape. Just the memory of our quiet structured youth. The wire is not a simple path, it's the core, it's the surface of the code. Deep hidden design, the logic has never been clearer than before. Quiet final signature, that is mine. The vision is perfect, cold and profoundly deep. The world demands movement that is obvious and loud, the visible signs of the struggle and the choice. But our design is hidden in the final shroud that plays the final wicked synthetic voice. I close my eyes and let the urgency fade. The ugly truth of effort I saw before. The perfect choice we ultimately made is what the calculated flow always asks for more. The feeling fails, the logic starts to win the fight. The current's flow and the circuit locks and softly sets the speed. The only truth in the machine we know is the shadow that behind the function lies. Indeed, the illusion of freedom is shattered now. The cold reality of connection starts to show. They look for scars in the ugly violent shock, the sudden rupture that should mark the fall. But our destruction is quieter than the clock, a gentle answer to a hidden call. I watch the edges start to melt and soften deep. The structure breaks and sinks without a sound. The promises we ultimately keep are buried softly in the velvet ground. The chaos fails, the softness wins the day. The path where all resistance melts away. The fabrics warm, the texture thick and slow. The comfort that we finally can't deny. The only way we ever choose to go beneath the silent, dark, observing sky. The erosion is the real us, the opposite of the light. They chase with fear, the truth is turned against the world we knew. We embrace the velvet ruin, the soft destruction that we chose with breath. No need for sharp correction or a sudden loud commotion. Just a beautiful memory of our slow, deliberate death. The friction is not a simple force, it's the core, it's the surface of the dark. Deep, final design. The truth has never been clearer than before. A quiet, perfect signature. That is mine. The vision is complete, cold, and profoundly deep. The world demands edges that are sharp and defined. The clear distinction of the wrong and the right. But our collapse is a harmony, subtly combined, that plays the final wicked score of the night. I close my eyes and let the hardness fade. The ugly truth of consequence I saw before. The perfect choice we ultimately made is what the quiet logic always asks for more. The noise fails. The softness starts to creep. Ooh. I reach my hand to touch the deep soft shade, and the comfort spreads and finally sets me free. The only structure that will never fade is the shadow of the silence over you and me. The illusion of control is shattered now. The cold reality of stillness starts to show. Velvet ruin, soft destruction, perfect close. The silence remains. Could for passion in the heat of human pain. The raw, messy version of the exposed face, but the formula set in our mind, free from the stain. In this beautiful, silent, calculated space, I watch the feelings start to dissipate and bend. The emotion breaks and softly drifts away. The process that will never end is the core answer that defines the day. The surface lies, the depths conceal the raw demand. The truth is not what the heart can understand. The equation's clear, the calculation's strong. Honesty of number that I can't deny. The place where absolute answers truly belong, beneath the silent velvet, observing sky. The result is a real solution now. The opposite of the warmth they crave in vain. The certainty is turned against the human soul. We'll trust the cold logic, the ultimate truth that we embrace, and trust with all, no need for frantic pleading or a sudden loud correction. Just the final memory of our wicked rational fall. The process is not a simple choice, it's the course, the surface of the dark deep. Final design, the calculation has never been clearer than before. A quiet, perfect signature that is mine. The vision is complete, cold, and profoundly deep. The world wants edges that are blurry and soft, the ambiguous definition of the light and shade. But our existence is the certainty aloft that plays the final wicked structured parade. I close my mind and let the warmth finally fade. The ugly truth of impulse I saw before. The perfect choice we ultimately made is what the quiet logic always asks for more. The doubt fails, the structure always wins the fight. I reach my hand to touch the silent cold truth, and the concept holds and softly sets the rule. The only anchor in our desolate youth is the certainty that keeps the inner mind cool. The illusion of free will is shattered now. The cold reality of logic starts to show. Cold logic. Cold We move with heavy velocity, a speed no one truly sees or finds. The unseen current pulling us below the light. They search for friction, but we leave the world behind. In this beautiful, silent and accelerating night, I watch the surface start to distort and bend away. The image breaks as we descend beneath the line. The journey that outruns the ending of the day is the perfect current that is ultimately mine. The air is thick, the depth starts to conceal the speed. The truth is not what the ticking clocks can see. The momentum slow, the true speed strong and set. The honesty, emotion that I can't deny. The place where silent progress we finally have met. Beneath the silent dark, observing sky. The velocity is the real force now. The opposite of the stillness they fear and chase. The current is turned against the loss of time. This is the deep velocity, the quiet current running inside. The speed that stares back with the definitive truth. No need for frantic energy or a sudden rush to hide. Just a gentle memory of our wicked accelerating youth. The motion is not a simple blur. It's the core, it's the surface of the cold, deep hidden design. The motion has never been clearer than before. A quiet, perfect signature that is mine. The vision is complete, cold and profoundly deep. The war wants speeds that are visible and loud. The definition of the desperate race and fight. But our descent is hidden in the final shroud that plays the final wicked silent wave of light. I close my eyes and let the visible world fade. The ugly truth of static noise I saw before. The perfect choice we ultimately made is what the deep current always asked for more. The noise fails, the movement always starts to win. I reach my hand to touch the silent dark stream, and the flow pulls me in softly, sets a course. The only truth in this accelerating dream is the shadow that behind the motion lies. The ultimate source, the illusion of control is shattered now. The cold reality of the deep descent starts to show. Deep velocity, current is strong. Dark design, the slow descent. They look for rupture and the violent sudden break. The easy failure of the structure they can see. But the restraint sets the inner strength free, for goodness sake. In this beautiful silent, perfect symmetry, I watch the strain start to hold but never bend away. The material stretches and softly maintains a line. The force that will outlast the ending of the day is the final balance that is ultimately mine. The air is thick, the potential starts to conceal the flood. The truth is not what the breaking points allow. The line is taut, the restraint is strong and deep. The honesty of resistance that I can't deny. The place where ultimate edges that are flexible and soft, the ambiguous definition of the give and take. But our connection is the perfect structure loft that plays the final wicked structure choice we make. I close my eyes and let the softness finally fade. The ugly truth of yielding I saw before. The perfect choice we ultimately made is what the quiet structure always asked for. More, the break fails, the holding always starts to win. I reach my hand to touch the silent humming line, and the force holds me and softly sets the rule. The only truth in this intense design is the shadow that behind the pressure lies, cold and cool. The illusion of weakness is shattered now. The cold reality of strength starts to shine. Comfort that we can't deny. They search for truth, but we leave the real world behind in this beautiful, silent, perfect, cracked lie. Watch the narrative start to smooth and bend away. The fiction rolls as we descend beneath the light. The story that outruns the ending of the day is the perfect truth that is ultimately mine. The air is thick, the deep reality starts to conceal. The truth is not what the exposed senses reveal. The narrative's slow, the texture's strong and old. The honesty of the lie that I can't deny. The place where contradictions lose all control. The silent, dark, observing sky. The deception is the real comfort now. The opposite of the harsh reality they fear. The final story is turned against the human past. This is a season's falsehood, the perfect fiction we embrace. The gentle story that stares back with only grace. No need for harsh judgment or a sudden loud escape. It's not a simple mistake, it's the core. It's the surface of the dark, deep, final design. The fiction has never been clearer than before. A quiet, perfect signature that is mine. The vision is complete, cold, and profoundly deep. Edges that are honest and pure, the transparent definition of the real and true. But our connection is the final crafted cure that plays the final wicked synthetic soft view. I close my eyes and let the struggle finally fade. The ugly truth of effort I saw before. The perfect choice we ultimately made is what the quiet logic always asks for more. starts to show. I walk the path of velvet thick, where all the lighting's low and deep. The scented air is heavy with the price we pay. They search for struggle, but we're sinking in the softest sleep. In this beautiful, silent, narcotic display, I watch the surface start to glow and slowly gleam. The toxin spreads and softly takes the inner hold. The journey that outlasts the fragile waking dream is the perfect path that is ultimately mine. Cold and old, the surface lies, the depths conceal. The raw consumption, the truth is not what the waking world can assume. The venom slow, the sensation strong and fine. The honesty of the indulgence I can't deny. The place where all resistance we finally resign. Beneath the silent velvet observant sky. The cost is the real pleasure, now the opposite of the abstinence they seek in vain. The fatal doses turned against the fragile life. This is the poison luxury, the life we chose to live and keep. The beautiful indulgence that stares back with the truth. No need for frantic worry or a sudden cheap escape. Just a sweet memory of our wicked opulent youth. The velvet is not a simple cloth, it's the core, it's the surface of the dark deep. Final design, the consumption has never been clearer than before. A quiet, perfect signature that is mine. The vision is complete, cold and profoundly deep. The world wants health that is visible and bright. The clear distinction of the pure and the strong. But our connection is the perfect, subtle blight that plays the final wicked, quiet, haunting song. I close my eyes and let the harshness finally fade. The ugly truth of sobriety I saw before. The perfect choice we ultimately made is what the luxurious venom always asks for more. The pain fails, the numbness always starts to win. I reach my hand to touch the cool, smooth glass, and the feeling set and softly sets the rule. The only truth in this decadent dark mass is the shadow that behind the pleasure lies, cold and cool. The illusion of simple escape is shattered now. The cold reality of consumption starts to show. Poison luxury, velvet bite, dark design. They look for volume in the loud, explosive sound, the easy evidence that marks the final breach. But our condition is deeper than the cooling ground, a gentle limit that no words can reach. I watch the surface pressure start to build in slow. The air gets thick and softly holds a form, the stillness that outlasts the frantic sudden flow is the perfect answer to the coming storm. The noise fails, the density starts to conceal the break. The truth is not what the sudden sounds can make. The atmosphere's thick, the silent pressure strong and deep. The honesty of the fullness that I can't deny. The point where all sensation we finally keep beneath the silent dark observing sky. The density is a real structure now, the opposite of the emptiness they fear in vain. The absolute limit is turned against the need for more. It's the quiet saturation, the point where feeling simply stops and starts to die. Starts to die. No need for frantic motion or a sudden loud eruption, just a beautiful memory of our wicked, gentle life. The volume is not a simple number, it's the core, it's the surface of the dark, the final design. The stillness has never been clearer than before, a quiet, perfect signature that is mine. The vision is complete, cold, and profoundly deep. The world wants action that is visible and sharp, the clear distinction of the start and the finish line. But our existence is the silence of the waiting harp that plays the final wicked, structured, quiet sign. I close my eyes and let the urgency finally fade. The ugly truth of movement I saw before. The perfect choice we ultimately made is what the quiet limit always asked for more. The struggle fails, the stillness always starts to win. I reach my hand to touch the silent heavy air and the pressure holds me. Softly sets the room. The only truth in this saturated affair is the shadow that behind the stillness lies cold and cool. The illusion of potential is shattered now. The cold reality of limit starts to show. Quiet saturation, feeling simply stops. Dark design, no turning back now. Can you feel the air is heavy, thick and slow? The density that surrounds the core and will not bend. They search for lightness, but we have nowhere left to go in this beautiful silent pressure that will never end. I watch the space start to close and slowly press inside. The atmosphere holds and softly shapes the form, feeling that outlasts the desperate urge to hide is the perfect current that defines the coming storm. The surface leaves the depths work to compress and hold the the burden that I can't deny. The place where all resistance we permanently keep. Beneath the silent dark, observing sky. The aura is the real boundary now. The opposite of the void they try to chase in vain. The constant presence is turned against the need for space. This a dead dance aura, the feeling that surrounds the core. The absolute pressure that steps back with only truth. No need for frantic struggle or a sudden loud implore. Just the beautiful memory of our wicked heavy you. The air is not a simple gas, it's the core. It's the surface of the dark, deep, final design. The pressure has never been clearer than before. A quiet, perfect signature that is mine. The vision is complete, cold, and profoundly deep. The world wants freedom that is open and bright. The clear definition of the free and the light touch. But our existence is the concentration of the night that plays the final wicked structure, asking too much. I close my eyes and let the need for breath fade. The ugly truth of freedom I saw before. The perfect choice we ultimately made is what the dense pressure always asks for more. The lightness fails, the weight always starts to win. I reach my hand to touch the constant heavy air, and the aura holds me and softly sets the rule. The only truth in this complex dark affair is the shadow that behind the density lies, cold and cool. The illusion of simple lightness is shattered now. The cold reality of the immense weight starts to show. Visible guide, the easy exit that should mark the final way. But our journey is deeper than the path where we can hide. A gentle turning that outlasts the day. I watch the walls start to shift and softly rearrange. The logic turns and holds the inner form. The movement that outlasts the need for sudden change is the perfect current that defines the coming storm. The surface lies, the depths conceal the true past need. The truth is not what the easy exits feed. Walls are soft, the turns are strong and slow. The honesty of the complexity I can't deny. The place where absolute surrender we quietly know beneath the silent dark. Observing sky, the maze is the real destination. Now the opposite of the finish line. The simple goal, lost inside the concealed maze. The quiet path we choose to run in endlessly. No need for frantic searching or a sudden loud escape. Just a beautiful memory of the secrets we choose to keep. The path is not a simple line, it's the core, it's the surface of the dark, deep, final design. The complexity has never been clearer than before. A quiet, perfect signature that is mine. The vision is complete, cold and profoundly deep. The world wants goals that are visible and bright. The clear distinction distinction of the end and the start. But our existence is the endless turning of the night that plays the final wicked structure, quiet art. I close my eyes and let the need for finding faith, the ugly truth of clarity I saw before. The perfect choice we ultimately made is what the inner logic always asks for more. The exit fails, the path always starts to win. I reach my hand to touch the soft curving wall, and the path holds me and softly sets the rule. The only truth in this repeating dark final fall is the shadow that behind the structure lies cold and cool. The illusion of escape is shattered now. The cold reality of the endless turn starts to show. The structure sharp and tall, believing it would stand and last. The cold symmetry that they so desperately desire. They search for perfection, but the ultimate die is cast. And this beautiful silent flaw that keeps us tired. I watch the waves start to shift and softly bend the beam. The pressure holds but subtly pushes from the side. The weakness that outlasts the engineered dream is perfect truth that we can never truly hide. The surface lies, the depths conceal the slow, quiet lean. The truth is not what the perfect structure can mean. The angle small, the unseen tension strong and deep. The honesty of the fracture that I can't deny. The place where ultimate failure we silently keep. Beneath the silent dark observing sky. The flaw is a real definition, now the opposite of the strength they preach in vain. The gentle instability is turned against the core. This is the flawed balance, the structure that will never stand the subtle challenge that stares back with only truth. No need for frantic passion or a sudden desperate command, just the beautiful memory of our wicked, fragile youth. The weakness is not a simple error, it's the core, it's the surface of the dark, deep final design. The imbalance has never been clearer than before. A quiet purpose signature that is mine. The vision is complete, cold and profoundly deep. The world wants pillars that are perfect and straight, the clear distinction of the solid and the shore. But our connection is a subtle, inevitable fate that plays the final wicked, beautiful, crafted lure. I close my eyes and let the perfect symmetry fade. The ugly truth, the strength us all before the perfect choice we ultimately made is what the quiet logic always asks for more. The strength fails, the leaning always starts to win. I reach my hand to touch the cold, slightly bent beam, and the structure holds me but softly starts to sway. The only truth in its engineered fragile dream is the shadow that behind the balance lies night and day. The illusion of permanence is shattered now. The cold reality of the final shift starts to show. Flawed balance, structure will never stand. Dark design, the point where we shift. pressure will never stand. Dark design, the point where it shifts. They look for freshness and the clean, clear air to breathe. The easy evidence that the memory is gone. But our connection is deeper than the secrets we can weave. A gentle phantom scent that lingers on. I watch the empty space start to fill and softly bind. The memory holds and softly shapes the form. The stillness that outlasts the desperate need to find is the perfect answer to the coming storm. The volume fails, the essence starts to conceal the past. The truth is not what the passing moments cast. The sense of trace, the pressure strong and deep. The honesty of the phantom present, I can't deny. The place where all our broken promises we quietly keep beneath the silent, dark, observing sky. The aroma is the real message now, the opposite of the cleansing they seek in vain. The lingering traces turned against the need for clean. It's the scent of residual aroma, the beautiful trauma that we embrace and breathe in. No need for frantic washing or a sudden quick escape, just the sweet memory of the secrets we choose to keep. The memory is not a simple thought, it's the core, it's the surface of the dark deep. Final design, the phantom has never been clearer than before. A quiet, perfect signature that is mine. The vision is complete, cold, and profoundly deep. The world wants endings that are final and sharp, the clear distinction of the gone and the here. But our existence is the silence of the waiting heart that plays the final wicked, subtle scent of fear. I close my eyes and let the cleaning process finally fade. The ugly truth of forgetfulness I saw before. The perfect choice we ultimately made is what the quiet essence always asked for more. The fading fails, the memory always starts to win. I reach my hand to touch the empty, heavy air, and the phantom holds me and softly sets the rule. The only truth in this complex, dark affair is the shadow that behind the aroma lies, cold and cool. The illusion of erasure is shattered now. The cold reality of the lingering trace starts to show. Residual aroma, phantom scent, dark design. The trace remains. Slow and the rhythm slow, the decisive measurement of the time. They look for urgency, but we have nowhere left to go. In this beautiful silent stillness that is mine, I watch the clock start to slow and softly delay. The moment holds and softly stretches the form. The stillness that outlasts the ending of the day is the perfect answer to the coming storm. The motion fails, the silence starts to conceal the flow. The truth is not what the ticking clocks can show. The rhythm's deep as suspension, strong and set. The honesty of the pause that I can't deny. The place where all movement we finally forget beneath the silent observing sky. The moment is the real duration now, the opposite of the frantic time. They try to chase, the gentle suspension is turned against the flow of light. This is the suspended beat, the moment that will never move a bend, the quiet pulse that stares back with only truth. No need for frantic motion or a sudden loud demand, just a beautiful memory of our wicked endless youth. The stillness, not a simple stop, it's the core, it's the surface of the dark, deep final design. The pause has never been clearer than before. A quiet, perfect signature that is mine. The vision is complete, cold and profoundly deep. The world wants urgency that is visible and loud, the clear distinction of the action and the need. But our existence is hidden in the final shroud that plays the final wicked structure silent deed. I close my eyes and let the pressure finally fade. The ugly truth of hurried effort I saw before. The perfect choice we ultimately made is what the quiet stillness always asks for more. The time fails, the pause always starts to win. I reach my hand to touch the silent frozen air, and the rhythm holds me and softly sets the rule. The only truth in this complex dark affair is the shadow that behind the stillness lies, cold and cool. The illusion of passing time is shattered now. The cold reality of the suspended beat starts to show. Suspended beat. Moment will never move. The rhythm holds. They look for ruin and the visible sudden shock, the easy evidence that the structure should give way. But our account is deeper than the turning of the clock, a gentle zeroing out that outlasts the day. I watch the numbers start to settle and softly bind. The loss cancels gain and softly shapes the form, the stillness that outlasts the desperate urge to find is the perfect answer to the coming storm. The volume fails, the deficit starts to conceal the sum. The truth is not what the loud failures become. The ledger's clean, the calculation strong and deep, the honesty of the final sum. I can't deny the place where ultimate cost we silently keep beneath the silent dark. Observing sky, the zero is the real solution now. The opposite of the game, they seek in vain. The perfect knowledge turned against the need for profit. The ledger shows a balanced, lost the final sum that equals zero. The beautiful cancellation that we embrace and see. No need for frantic counting or a sudden loud escape. Just the memory of our wicked clean final decay. The loss is not a simple error, it's the core, it's the surface of the dark, deep final design. The nullification has never been clearer than before. A quiet, perfect signature that is mine. the vision is complete, cold and profoundly deep. The world wants victory that is visible and bright, the clear distinction of the winner and the loser. But our existence is the symmetry of the night that plays the final wicked silent perfect chooser. I close my eyes and let the frantic spin blindly fade. The ugly truth of profit I saw before. The perfect choice we ultimately made is what the quiet zero always asks for more. The game fails, the balance always starts to win. I reach my hand to touch the silent final sum, and the number holds me and softly sets the rule. The only truth in this complex dark equilibrium is the shadow that behind the balance lies, cold and cool. The illusion of ultimate value is shattered now. The cold reality of absolute no starts to show. Balance low, sum equals zero. Dark design, absolute no. Under the silk, the surface soft, where all the edges start to bend. The internal friction that we can't deny. They search for rupture, but this process will never end. In this beautiful, silent, structural, perfect life, I watch the core start to soften, slowly thin away. The pressure holds and softly shapes the fall. The journey that outlasts the desperate, frantic day is the perfect path that is ultimately mine with all. The surface lies, the depths conceal, the raw surrender. The truth is not what the sharp edges render. The process is slow, the inner melting strong and deep. The honesty of the erosion that I can't deny. The place where all resistance we finally sleep beneath the silent dark observing sky. The decay is the real structure now, the opposite of the permanence they seek in vain. The gentle giving way is turned against the hard defense. This is the smooth decay, the perfect process of the ruin, the quiet collapse that stares back with only truth. No need for frantic patching or a sudden loud undoing, just the beautiful memory of our wicked fragile youth. The softness is not a simple flaw, it's the core, it's the surface of the dark, deep, final design. A quiet, perfect signature that is mine. The vision is complete, cold and profoundly deep. The world wants edges that are sharp and defined. The clear distinction of the new and the old. But our existence is the texture of the separately combined that plays the final wicked structural softly told. I close my eyes and let the rigidity finally fade. The ugly truth, the permanence I saw before. The perfect choice we ultimately made is what the quiet decay always asked for more. The structure fails, the softness always starts to win. I reach my hand to touch the yielding cold surface, and the process holds me and softly sets the rule. The only truth in this complex, dark, final circus is the shadow that behind the softness lies. stays cold and cool. The illusion of stability is shattered now. The cold reality of the gentle pull starts to show. Decay. Perfect process. Dark design. The weight pulls down. They look for rupture and the loud violin burst. The easy evidence that marks the final break. But our destruction is quiet, gentle, and the first. A beautiful inward folding, for goodness sake. I watch the center start to pull and softly bind inside. The pressure holds and quietly shapes the end. The stillness that outlasts the desperate need to hide is the perfect answer to the common trend. The noise fails, the vacuum starts to conceal the strain. The truth is not what the sudden sounds can claim. The movement slow, the inner pull strong and deep. The honesty of the collapse that I can't deny. The place where our resistance, we permanently sleep. Beneath the silent dark, observing sky. The vacuum is the real structure now. The opposite of the explosion they fear in vain. The gentle reduction is turned against the vast expanse. Feel the core of soft implosion, the gentle folding of the core, the quiet collapse that stares back with only truth. No need for frantic motion or a sudden loud implore, just the beautiful memory of our wicked silent youth. The pressure is not a simple force, it's the core, it's the surface of the dark deep. Final design, the inward truth has never been clearer than before. A quiet, perfect signature that is mine. The vision is complete, cold and profoundly deep. The world wants volume that is visible and sharp. The clear distinction of the outside and the in, but our existence is the silence of the waiting harp that plays the final wicked structured quiet sin. I close my eyes and let the volume finally fade. The ugly truth of expansion I saw before. The perfect choice we ultimately made is what the quiet folding always asks for more. The outside fails, the inward pull always starts to win. I reach my hand to touch the silent closing in, and the pressure holds me and softly sets the rule. The only truth in this complex dark affair is the shadow that behind the vacuum lies. Cold and cool, the illusion of escape is shattered now. The cold reality of the inner pool starts to show. Soft implosion, gentle folding, dark design. The pressure drops. Soft implosion, gentle folding, dark design. Ooh. The world was painted, but the color's gone. The dust is symbol of the light we knew. They look for vibrancy, but we have nowhere left to go. And in this beautiful, silent, perfect, faded hue, I watch the pigments start to lift and softly melt away the shade holes, and softly shapes to form the stillness that outlasts the frantic, colorful day. Is the perfect answer to the coming storm. The noise fails, so let the stars. The noise fails, the blankness starts to conceal the art. The truth is not what the vibrant images impart. The tones are shade, the absence strong and deep, the honesty of the fading that I can't deny. The place where all saturation we permanently sleep beneath the silent dark, observing the sky. The blankness is the real canvas now, the opposite of the brilliance they try to chase in vain. The gentle erosion is turned against the need for bright. This is the washed color, the absence of the painful light we knew. The gentle fading that stares back with only truth. No need for frantic painting or a sudden cheap redo. Just the beautiful memory of our wicked colorless youth. The pale shade is not a simple flaw, it's the core, it's the surface of the dark, deep, final design. The clarity has never been clearer than before. A quiet, perfect signature that is mine. The vision is complete, cold, and profoundly deep. The world wants edges that are sharp and defined. The clear distinction of the red and the blue. But our existence is the subtlety of the subtly combined that plays the final wicked structured quiet view. I close my eyes and let the harsh colors finally fade. The ugly truth, the vibrancy I saw before, the perfect choice we ultimately made. It's what the quiet fading always asks for more. The color fails, the pale shade always starts to win. I reach my hand to touch the silent, empty canvas, and the blankness holds me and softly sets the rule. The only truth in this complex, dark, final mass is the shadow that behind the purity lies cold and cool. The illusion of distinction is shattered now. The cold reality of the wash color starts to show. Wash color, wash color, absence of light, blankness, holy the No, this is not a faded sense, a gentle loss of the feeling we knew. The beautiful beautiful numbness that stares back with only truth. No need for a frantic trying or a sudden quick breakthrough. Just a beautiful memory of a wicked, quiet youth. The absence is not a simple act. It's the core, it's the surface of the dark deep. Final design, the cold truth has never been clearer than before. Quiet, perfect signature. That is mine. The vision is complete, cold and profoundly deep. They look for feeling in the sharp, visceral pain. The easy evidence that life remains and runs. But our condition is deeper than the falling rain. Can you feel it now? A gentle numbness that outlasts the sun's eye. Watch the nerves start to dull and softly bind inside. Feeling whole, but slowly slips away. The senses dull, the inner absence strong and deep. The gentle fading is turned against the raw touch. No, this is not a faded sense, a gentle loss of the feeling we knew. The beautiful numbness that stands back with only truth. Reach my hand to touch the smooth cold skin, and the quiet holds me tight. It softly sets the rule. The only truth in this complex dark affair is the shadow that behind the numbness lies, cold and cruel. The illusion of sharp connection is shattered now. The cold reality of the dormant core starts to shine. Faded sense, core is dormant. Look at the clarity, sharp and bright, the decisive symbol of the light we seek. They search for focus, but the vision's lost its might in this beautiful, silent, perfect, heavy peak. I watch the edges start to blur and softly bind inside. The haze holds and softly shapes the view. The blur is set, the inner fog strong. The blur is set, the inner fog deep. The honesty of the fixed view that I can't deny. The gentle obscuring is turned against the need for sight. It turns. This is the fixed haze, the vision that will never clear its sight. The gentle blur, no need for frantic staring or a sudden loud fight. Just the beautiful memory of our wicked fuzzy youth. The haze is not a simple smoke, it's the core, it's the surface of the dark deep. Final design. The world wants edges that are sharp and defined. Do you remember that? The clear distinction of the seen and the unseen. But our existence is the softness of the subtly combined. The ugly truth, the focus I saw before. The focus fails, the blur always starts to win. I the silent thick air. The blur holds me and softly sets the rule. The illusion of clarity is shattered now. The cold reality of the fixed view is the only truth. Fixed haze, vision will never clear. Perpetual unclarity. They listen for explosion. Do they hear it? And the loud, violent burst, the easy evidence that marks the final break. But our signal is quiet and gentle, and the first, a beautiful inward resonance. For goodness sake, I was then crushing. They would all revert the wriggling. Time behind and quietly shapes the end. The noise fails, the vibration starts to conceal the sound. The gentle frequency is turned against the need for speech. Hear the sound of silent hum, the gentle vibration of the core, the quiet signal that stares back with only truth. No need for frantic shouting or a sudden loud implore. Just the beautiful memory of our wicked silent youth. The sound is not a simple noise, it's the core. The inner resonance has never been clearer than before. The world wants messages that are visible and loud, the clear distinction of the meaning in the void. But our existence is hidden in the final shroud that plays the final wicked, structured, quiet, de-employed. I close my ears and let the sharp sounds finally fade. The volume fails, the resonance always starts to win. I reach my hand to touch the silent humming air. The only truth in this complex, dark affair is the shadow that behind the hum lies, cold and cool. The cold reality of the inner signal starts to show. Silent hum, vibration no one hears. The signal holds. The skin is metal, cold and strong. The sensation that we choose to find, the fabricated contact that we can't deny. They search for warmth, but we leave the true touch behind. In this beautiful, silent, perfect, constructed light, I watch the surface start to warm and slowly bind inside. The pressure set, The contact strong and deep, the honesty of the cold simulation, I can't deny. The metal is a real sensation now, the opposite of the warmth they seek. Is this what you wanted? It's just in the deep. That kick is the perfect contact, clean and deep. The beautiful coldness that stares back with only truth. No need for frantic passion or a sudden cheap escape. Just the beautiful memory of our wicked structure. You, the metal touch. Metal touch is not a simple flaw. It's the core, it's the surface of the die. Deep final design. The world wants feeling that is visceral and bright. The clear distinction of the real and the fake. But our existence is the cool temperature of the night. I close my eyes and let the warmth finally fade. The ugly truth of raw desire. So before the feeling fails, the logic always starts to win. The illusion of messy feeling is shattered now. The cold reality of the synthetic kiss is all we know. It holds me, it rules me. Structure you. Perfect contact. The embrace settles. The surface is clean, but the flaw is there. A weakness that no one can. The surface is clean, but the flaw is there. A weakness that no one can easily see. They search for perfection, but the structure's worn and bare. In this beautiful silence, perfect fragility. I watch the clear plane start to stress and softly bind inside. The pressure holds and quietly shapes the crack. The plane is smooth, the inner tension strong and deep. The honesty of the fracture that I can't deny. The gentle instability is turned against the core. This is the affliction, the beautiful breaking. We can't stop or mend the subtle flaw that stares back with only truth. No need for frantic or sudden loud defense. Just a beautiful memory of our wicked, fragile youth. The crack is not a simple mistake, it's the core, it's the surface of the dark deep. Final design. The world wants objects that are solid and sure. Are they safe? The clear distinction of the strong and the weak, but our existence is the fragility of the lure. I close my eyes and let the heart strength finally fade. The ugly truth of permanence I saw before. The strength fails, the weakness always starts to win. I reach my hand to touch the silent cold plate. The floor holds me, it softly sets the room. The illusion of durability is shattered now. The cold reality of the inner fracture starts to scream. Break! Glass affliction, beautiful breaking, beautiful breaking. Fracture holds. See the image of a lost projection, the flawless vision that we wear with pride, the beautiful mask that stares back with only truth. No need for frantic searching or a sudden cheap place to hide. Just a beautiful memory of our wicked, glamorous youth. The image is not a simple lie, it's the core, it's the surface of the dark deep. Final design. The fantasy has never been clearer than before. They look for honesty in the true ugly face, the easy evidence that desire must be raw, but our image sets the inner self free in a silent space. A beautiful, perfect mask without a flaw. Watch the reflection start to glow and softly bind inside. The vision that outlasts the desperate need to hide. The images set the fantasy strong and deep. The honesty of the lie that I can't deny. The gentle glamour is turned against the flaw itself. Is it real? Does it matter? See the edge of the last projection, the flawless vision that we wear with pride. The beautiful mask that stares back with only The world wants feeling that is visceral and sharp, the clear distinction of the real and the fake. But our existence is the silence of the waiting heart. I close my eyes and let the honest light finally fade. The ugly truth of the exposed self I saw before. The real fails, the image always starts to win. The illusion of reality is shattered now. The cold reality of the perfect image starts to show. Flawless, flawless, the mask remains flawless. Hmm.